Hello, America. Hello, world. I'm John J., also known as a determined black man. Just want to speak with you all briefly for a minute about COVID. I know y'all tired of hearing everything y'all done heard about coronavirus. And it ain't nothing I can teach you because you done heard everything. Some of y'all actually scientists and chemists, biotechs by now. But what I am seeing is an influx of stupidity. Like, how much do you have to see to know that it's real? Do you think those body bags they told about them hospitals in New York and those 18-wheeler, those freezer trucks that they pulling up out there that they putting those bags on? You think that that's just what do you think, that's frozen meat coming out the hospital? Do you think it's beef? Got beef? Nah, it's real. People losing their lives, y'all, and we need to take it serious. Our government is urging us to stay inside, no matter what conspiracy you think it is, because of 5G. You know, y'all hear one little stupid person say something, y'all run with it. Do some research of your own. I actually been researching 5G for over a year now because I was planning on investing in it. Thought it would have been a great investment because I knew that no matter what, people gonna buy new stuff, especially when it come to tech. We're gonna buy whatever's fastest, whatever's new, whatever's big, whatever's bright. So I thought it would have been a great investment. But now, it has raised my eyebrows. Even before the wake of COVID, I actually, like I said, I knew some of the side effects that could take place because of 5G, and they are parallel to some of the things that's going on with COVID. But I don't think that there's a symmetry there. I think that it's actually by chance that this has happened, but maybe it is. In the case that it is, oh well, what can we do about it? It's too late. They've been putting things in place for 5G. So it's our own stupidity if we allow our government or these large corporations to swindle right up under our nose and come in here and set up something that's going to be so detrimental to mankind and the health of mankind. But COVID is real, man. It's people that's actually sick and dying right here in this state now. For a minute we didn't have any cases, then all of a sudden, boom, we got case after case. And it's going to get worse. Simply because we're not taking heed to it. A lot of people are, but a lot of people are not. They just gave us the mandatory lockdown after 5 on Friday, starting Friday. It's still not a total lockdown. So you're still going to have transactions being taking place. You're still going to have people transiting and going from place to place, bus system, whatever be the case. So there's still a lot of activity going on that only enhances the transmission of this deadly, highly contagious virus. I don't know how many more people y'all gotta see die. I guess it's gotta be one of your family members, close family members or something. So for y'all to believe it's real. Because no matter what the conspiracy is, whether it was behind 5G or whatever, if staying at home and me isolating myself, washing my hands 20 seconds every 30 minutes, those little small measures is all it takes for me to live or to sustain throughout this process of curbing it. Because I know it'll never totally go away. It's going to be probably like the flu. I'm assuming it's going to be like the flu. It's going to be seasonal. It's going to get worse every year. The vaccinations are not going to be able to cure or to stop you 100% from getting it, but it'll give you a better chance of fighting it because it'll give your body those strands from the previous year so that it'll learn how to adapt to the one that's coming. That's my perception. That's what I gathered from my little studies, and that's just what I want to share with y'all. Another thing, stop being selfish. If I'm doing all the right things, abiding by the staying home, I'm washing my hands, blah, 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 blah. But then I work with a person that is continuously traveling, going to New York, going to New Orleans, which we right next door to New Orleans, y'all. Matter of fact, I'm a New Orleans Saints fan because New Orleans is right next door. And some of y'all done went down there since then and brought it on back down here. But I don't know what y'all got to see or hear before you realize how real it is. But it's selfish that if you're in an environment and you're mixing with different people, and then you go out You know, they're telling us to stay at home. They're telling us to stay in our, you know, to isolate ourselves from large crowds and unfamiliar people. You know what I'm saying? But you go out, you go to New Orleans, you go to New York, just good timing. And then you come back to work around that person that's trying to do everything they can not to contract this infectious disease. It's very selfish of you, and it's very disheartening and mind-boggling to me that a person could care so little for other people, much yet yourself. You know, but so many have these theories that young people are not dying from it. Lies. I think I seen one study said over 40% of the young people that contracted and get it into critical states are dying. So that's almost 50% of anybody that's young. I want to say 40 and below. You can die too. Yeah, you can get it. So don't be silly. Don't be stupid. You know what I'm saying? You hear one little theory from one or two people. Oh, it's the government. It's this or it's that. And now you want to come up with all this and you don't think it's real. So you just gonna continue to live your life and continue to go to these races and continue to go all this stuff where y'all congregating with all these crowds. And you think just because you stand back a little bit that you safe. Nah, you still. If I'm riding a 4-wheeler, I'm behind somebody that cough. I don't know that they cough. They 4-5 4-wheelers ahead of me. But when they cough, that's in the air. Those droplets get in the wind. Come right back there on you. You know, it might not get in your nose, your nostril, your mouth. You might have a mask on, but it might get on your head. And you go there to wipe that mud off or something, boom, you smear it down in your face. Next thing you know, you get a piece here. You go there, it ain't on your lip, nine's in your mouth. I'm just saying, it can happen. So it's no 100 proof. No way to be 100 proof. But the thing is, we need to take those precautionary measures that we can. See, if you say let's just say that you say you believe in God, because I done heard all this too. Oh, God got us. God been had us, child. We walked away from God. We left God. God never took his hands away from us. We took our hands out of the hands of God and strayed away, prodigal son. We strayed away. The question is, will you make it back in time before your time expires? So, yeah, continue to develop your relationship with God. But don't use God as a pawn, because God is a king. The king of all kings. Don't try to use God like a pawn and push him out there when you feel something coming on. You getting a little scratchy. God help me, God. God got me. God been had you. So it's really a slap in the face for you to act like he just supposed to be this convenient savior whenever there's something going on that's detrimental to you or dangerous for you. Then God, you use God as a pawn. No, acknowledge God all the time. Give him his praise always. Coke, y'all owe me too. Y'all should be paying me for this. I love Coke, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's probably my biggest vice right there. Because I try to eat right, but I love Cokes. I have to have them one a day, at least. So, anyway, I just said that so that y'all maybe have something else to think about instead of y'all looking at it from the negative aspect or the negative side as to you're bored because you're locked in the house. You've been locked up in the house for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Look, it could get so bad things could get so bad that you may have to stay in your house for a year. Only thing you should be doing, only concern you should have, do we have enough food? Do we have enough water? Stop worrying about what's going on and who you want to go party with, or who having a party, who having a kickback. Y'all need to kick those ideas right out your head, because you're going to be the reason why this thing doesn't settle. You're going to be the reason why it continues to develop and continues to spread, and the numbers continue to ramp up rather than down. Yeah, I heard, what's the difference between going out and going to the grocery store? I see people going to Walmart, blah, blah, blah. Well, hopefully those people going to Walmart ain't going to buy no bicycles or TVs, flat screens. Hopefully they going in there to try to get them some water, some food items, some perishable goods, some things that's gonna help them sustain throughout the lockdown period. And don't just get it for 2 weeks, because just like they extended the time one time from the beginning of April, now we talking about the end of April. Chief CDC is saying maybe even possibly June, July. So you have to think long term. You have to expect the best and prepare for the worst. I know y'all done heard that 100,000 times throughout your lifetime. Let's apply all those different cliche sayings, and let's remember them, and let's apply them. Just like with the mask, I kept hearing everybody, they say if you wear a mask, then you more likely to get it. Now you had to be the stupidest person. I ain't gonna call nobody stupid, Lord forgive me. But you really couldn't have common sense to think that wearing a mask will put you at more risk than not wearing a mask. First of all you gotta do is look at the communist country that China is. And one good thing about a communist country, or basically a dictatorship, one thing about it, because everybody has to basically be on the same accord. One good thing about it is in a matter like this here, you don't have to worry about people going out doing any of that foolish stuff, because they know one thing: they got to adhere to this law and the laws of that land. And if you don't, then more than likely you go to jail, or I don't know if it's punishable by death or what. But I know you get punished over there. They ain't playing with you. And them people over there fear that government. They ain't playing. And if you come out, you got to have a mask on, whether you got it or you don't. Because if you don't got it, we don't want you to catch it. And if you do got it, we don't want you to spread it. That's what should have been mandated on the American public. But they were trying to protect, which I do understand, especially me working in the health facility, working in the health, the front lines, as they call it. And you see that there is a shortage of PPE, that's personal protective equipment, the masks, the gowns, the equipment that's necessary to protect from those that are already infected or possibly infected, and to keep from our medical staff and employees all around the land from getting infected and sick. They're gonna need those materials, those PPE, and so to keep people from ordering in masses and hoarding it and stuff, I do understand that you didn't want to uproar the American people and have them, react with pandemonium and just start buying up surpluses of this stuff, and then your those that are providing medical help or services to people wouldn't even have the protection they need. So I do understand the need to do so, but we got to use common sense, people. Me personally, I just look at, what I always do is look at who was able to sustain, who was able to overcome fastest. What did they do? China, known as a tech world, tech savvy. Testing was key there. Testing and like I said, wearing the mask, whether you have or not. See, I was hearing here, you shouldn't wear the mask unless you got it. And all I could do was look at those people. I never agreed with that. Though in the beginning, I can't admit, I downplayed COVID. I said that COVID was a conspiracy myself. I said that COVID was a man-made disease, and I said that it was something for population control. I said that it could be an act of terrorism. But no matter what, I still must protect myself. Whether it be an act, whatever be the cause of it, it's neither here nor there now. Because I did nothing to prevent that. My country did nothing to prevent that, if that be the case. Only thing I could do now is take heed and use common sense. Wear my mask, wear my gloves, clean properly, strip down when I go home so I don't have it on my clothes and take it in the house. Take bath before I hug and kiss family. And just try to isolate myself from everyone. Not be involved with all this different stuff going on. I don't need to be at a race. It's a race for life right now. And I'm gonna hate to see people leaving here that they ain't have to leave here because some individual wanted to be selfish and wanted to go to New Orleans for the weekend. New Orleans dead right now. Bourbon Street ain't got nobody on it. You wasting your time. Them people dying there, they're seeing too many people die anyway. Now they seeing something like this come in. They ain't even got to worry about black on black crime right now. They got to worry about COVID-19, a real pandemic, a global pandemic. You see the whole world shut down, and y'all still trying to come up with a reason why this stuff ain't real. The whole world is basically on shutdown. Y'all still trying to come up with reasons and excuses. Oh, I should be able to go and hang with my partner and them and all. Really? Then you go lay up under your woman. Then your woman got to go to work at the gas station, at the cash register tomorrow. She gonna come into contact with 300-400 people and give it to, let's just say, even 50% of them, 300, that's 150 people. They go out and spread their family. How fast you think that stuff gonna get around? It started off with one case in the United States. And before you could bat your eyes, it was already at 25. And you bat them again, it was at 250. And you bat them again at 200. Listen, it's gonna continue to grow. The cases are gonna grow. The death toll is gonna grow, regardless, because there's so many people that's already been infected. And yeah, I know we looking at the numbers and we like, oh, it's only 4,000 people that died. They say there's a million people gonna be in the United States. There's projected numbers. It's very early on for us to downplay that, even that, because it's very early on. And if we continue to downplay and not take it serious, then our numbers will be through the roof too. We'll top Europe, we'll top Italy, we'll top every other country. Because it's the land of the free, home of the brave. We are free to do what you want to do. Protected by the Constitution. I'm brave. I'm not scared of nothing. Not even COVID. Y'all better wake up. Stop listening to all these theories. Everybody with a theory ain't right. It is what it is. It's not a fact. It's a theory. See? That's what y'all need to realize, the difference between theories. That's speculation. That's me trying to read between the lines and me trying to create a subject matter. Me trying to create a plot. Me trying to create a storyline, but not factual. Facts. The fact is, people are really truly dying. The fact is that in New York City, they've had already over 2,000 deaths. Now, you just started hearing about this stuff real strong in the United States 2 weeks ago. And already in New York City, over 2,000. Already in New York City, FEMA had to send refrigerated 18-wheelers out there to collect the bodies. For one, they don't want the body to come in contact with nobody. Two, they piling up so fast. It ain't that it's so many people that already died. It's just that so many people gonna die. And it's the fact that hospital beds are full and filled with people that are getting sick faster than they've ever seen before. Therefore, more and more people are gonna die because they're gonna go untreated. Not only the people with COVID are gonna die, but people that have other health issues and medical demanding issues. They're not gonna be able to get the supplies and the medicines that they need, that they normally would, to help them to sustain, to help them to live. A lot of those people are gonna die. And it's not gonna even be COVID related according to the media, according to the numbers, according to the cases for COVID. But you have to factor those deaths in also. And that's just using common sense. It's not gonna say that on no paper. The paper only gonna show you always so many cases of COVID in this town, this city, this state, this country. It's not gonna show you how this person here pulled up to the emergency room having an asthma attack or a heart attack but couldn't get treated because the emergency room had already been contaminated with COVID patients, by COVID patients. which are people too. They have to be treated, but the way that they have to be treated hurts other people that have to be treated. And so the more that these numbers continue to grow with people that are infected, then the less people with other problems will be able to get what they need, or they have to go through much harder conditions, and it'll be harder for them to get it. Like, I know a lot of facilities are doing the televisits, which is a great thing. Thank God for technology. I actually been saying for the last 3 years that telehealth was going to be the new wave in medicine. I didn't know it was going to come to this, but I knew that it would become, because of I just sense it through the wave of technology and how people are becoming more and more lazier and more remote, when they like everything at the touch of their fingers. And so it'll be easier for me to consult my doctor just by calling them on the phone than it would for me to make an appointment and go into an actual doctor's office. And at this point, it'll be safer for me, because think about it, everybody coming into these facilities have some type of symptom of something going on, and they're trying to get treated for it. Incubation period is about, they saying now, about 14 days. So could have COVID, you don't even know it. It's just laying dormant for those 14 days. But they still are contagious. They still are infected. They still have the ability to carry the disease and to pass it on. So anyway, I just wanted to spread that little knowledge right there, say what I had to say. That's all I got to say, y'all. Y'all stay up, good people. Be safe out there. Don't play about this thing. Take it serious. Peace.